Hi. So I wanted to talk a little bit about today about my style kind of evolution, um, and where it all kind of came from, where it's going, what everything looks like, and also talking about my seasonal color analysis experience, which was really great, um, and kind of what that looks like. So to start off with, I've always kind of had this feeling that um, I didn't quite know how to figure out the style that worked best for me. I've always really wanted to know what that is, to be able to put that together, to be able to feel like I felt honored and, um, just kind of like the best I could be, fashion or style wise. So I played around with a lot of different fashions. In school, I was limited to what we could find at the thrift store and at Walmart because that's where we shopped. So thrift store during the year, and then Walmart for like an outfit or two at the beginning of the year, for the school year. Um, so I was kind of limited to what I could find there. I remember that when I went off to college, my grandmother took me to the mall and we went to American Eagle, I believe it was. And I bought a bunch of clothes because, she was paying for it. And I remember finding a little bit more of a sense of um, feeling like I could wear whatever I wanted to wear and having that feeling carry with me for a little bit. I did, even then, I wore all sorts of random color combinations, colors, and styles. So there wasn't really a succinct style that I had. Um, for a while there, in high school, and then later on in life, I kind of went the goth route. So a little more goth punk, kind of all black, with a little bit of maybe a pop of color every once in a while, but predominantly black. And I've always really loved black. Black is a good color for me, I think. And it was just a color that I've always kind of enjoyed. Um, wearing or experimenting with or whatever you want to say. So yeah. From there, I just kind of changed up my clothing style. I went a little more masculine with my clothes for a while to kind of counteract my non binary identity. I felt more comfortable and safe in more masculine clothes. And so I kind of did that for a while. And then I believe it was after I started growing a beard officially, kind of like a full beard, that I just became more comfortable with feeling like I could wear more feminine presentation um, in clothes and makeup and jewelry and stuff like that. And I think it was mainly because I didn't have to worry about people mistaking me for a woman because I didn't have a beard. So it just kind of came down to that for me. Even though I am non binary, I am more on the masculine side of things, and more, I identify more with that side of things. Um, so then I've tried various, color systems. One called Dressing Your Truth, and then also um, seasonal color analysis. So I was big into both of those at about the same time, really experimenting with both of those, learning who I was, where I stood, and trying to figure out the best color combinations for me. I went with a very inexpensive online one, color analysis for the first time I did it, um, and got the results of a true or warm autumn, depending upon the system and what, who you are. Depends upon what kind of terminology is used there, but it never felt quite right. And I mean, it was fun. I love the colors, they're beautiful colors, but they just didn't work for me. So I decided to invest in another round of seasonal color analysis. and kind of decided on Created Colorful, createdcolorful.com, and it was a virtual analysis. But the difference was they asked for a bunch of like photographs of myself in, um, kind of like daylight, kind of by a window, no makeup, with a bunch of different colors kind of draped across me. Um, excuse me. And from there, I got the result Deep Winter. And it took me a little while to kind of get used to it because I was used to the autumn, and really feeling like I was an autumn and not wanting to be a winter. Um, and I'm not sure why I didn't want to be a winter, but I just didn't want to be. So from there, I went and started looking at those colors, realized that I could wear black again. Um, and because I hadn't worn black for several years, because in both of the previous systems, um, I was told that black was not a color that I could wear or should wear, based on my personality or based upon my colors. And at the time, I didn't realize that I was a winter, so I thought, I was warm toned and couldn't wear the black. But, kind of bringing that back into my life and bringing some more of those colors back in, just really felt right. Um, so I've been dressing in the deep winter now for several months. Um, so Created Colorful gives you a lot of information, which is great. And I did a lot of different drapes of colors. So I had to find just random stuff around the house that just happened to be in different colors. I used my previous partner's wardrobe. I used my wardrobe. I used pants and shirts and pillowcases and towels and, all sorts of different things, because those were what I could find in the colors. Um, so don't be afraid to kind of like play around and, have fun with it and figure out what you can in those different colors. They tell you some of your knockout colors. They tell you the colors that suit you, colors that don't suit you. Um, they give you links to some blogs that tells you different, color names to choose. Like it says black over brown, gunmetal over platinum or tan, or platinum over tan, scarlet or wine over tomato or brick red. So it really goes into, color names and stuff like that as well. Um, then it talks about neutrals, patterns, accessories, and then, different links to different things. It talks about a capsule wardrobe that you can put together that's really quick and easy. That's a little more casual on the casual side of things. But it goes through that. And then there's some community as well. Unfortunately, because I am more masculine presenting, out of the non binary identity, I got kind of pushed into the men's group, which had one person in it other than myself, one or two people. And so it's not really an active group, unfortunately. And I'm sure the women's group is more active. So take that as you will, depending upon your perceived identity, um, and kind of what group that they will allow you into. Because I doubt that they will allow me into the women's only group, and that's fine. But yeah, and there's not really a group for everybody. So yeah, but I've been researching Deep Winter. I've been doing different outfits. I've used an app called A Closet to catalog all of my clothing and put together different outfits. I've been playing with makeup a lot more lately too, as well, to kind of like pull in the colors and just really have fun with it. You can't tell in this lighting, but my eyeshadow today is red with black in the crease. It doesn't match my shirt exactly. The red was a little more pinky on me. Um, but yeah. Um, Yeah, so I've been having fun experimenting. I feel more at home in these colors. I feel more me. I posted a comparison picture on Instagram and Facebook the other day that showed me in like bright light pastel colors, and then me in these deep winter colors. And I think what my mom said just really brought it home for me, that when you look at the bright colors, you look at the clothes first. When you look at the deep winter colors, you look at my face first. So you're seeing me as a person before you see my clothes, which I think is really important. Um, and I think that, a lot of color analysis experts will say that that's kind of what you're looking for, is to, really see you as a person, and then the clothes are there to support, not to take away, um, which is what was happening when I was wearing certain colors. It was just kind of taking away because it didn't really mesh with or go with um, kind of my attributes, um, and with my season. So, yeah, I guess I'll end it there, but maybe I'll put some pictures in if I can figure that out. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of share my journey a little bit and share my experience with Created Colorful, which was great. It was two different rounds of sending in pictures. The first round I sent in a bunch of pictures, answered some questions on a questionnaire, and the second round I sent in extra colors that they wanted to see. Um, so yeah, great experience all around. I am a seasonal color analysis nerd now, and I love watching all the videos I can find, which is it's just fascinating to me to see people figure out what colors, you know, suit them the best. And then there are also a few creators as well who work predominantly with people with darker skin tones or people of color, which those people sometimes get left out in a lot of the seasonal color analysis conversations, because it was a system created by white women, mainly for other white women. Um, so non-binary people, men, and people of color tend to get left out of these conversations a lot. So yeah, it's interesting to try to find those creators that I can that are doing really good work with translating that into different groups of people. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna cut this off now. I promise this time. All right. Bye.